Fucking how did I... You meant me, not the game. Somehow the mute button on my mic got pressed. I don't know how that happened. But what I was saying is the game only has sound when it's tabbed in. And so I was just... Since I just started, I was just arranging a couple of windows, but... I mean, it kind of is, in a way, but... But no, I accidentally bumped the mic. Welcome, and how was the rest of... What was the game called again? Draconis? Yeah, you like it? Oop. Draken. Yeah, I've been getting into... Or trying to get into pixel art lately, and... Albedo's a really cool character. So... Oh. For badass and cool gamers, so are you playing it? Just kidding. Yeah, no, that's sweet. Glad you're enjoying it. I need to remember what all the buttons do. Because I played this once last week, and then was just simply very busy the last 5 days. But welcome in, everyone. I'm Uncle Scottle. Currently very slowly making my way through Trails, with some breaks for some other games in between. Remember what I was doing at the end of last time? Anyone ever call me up? That's how I talk about it, right? What do you think? What do you think? I think we can probably guess the answer to that one. It's been like 5 days, so I don't directly remember where I'm supposed to go. Thought it was somewhere over here. Yeah, Jeff, what's Draken? Oh. You know, I was probably supposed to go to the police department. That would make a little more sense. Oh? Oh, Lloyd. Hello again. We saw the request on the terminal, so here we are. Great, I've been waiting for you guys. Pleasure to make your acquaintance. I'm Rebecca, the head receptionist of the CPD. I'm Fran Seeker, also a receptionist of the CPD. I don't think I had the chance to properly introduce myself the other day. Yeah, I suppose you didn't. That day wasn't one of our finest moments. What you mean to say is we were scolded by the Vice Commissioner after we let a bracer steal all of our credits. Don't remind me. Tio... Oh dear, I'm so sorry, everyone. That's pretty unfortunate for your first day. Don't let it bother you too much. Hey, thank you for the follow. The SSS was only established recently, so I'm sure you all are still trying to get the hang of things. If you ever need a helping hand, don't hesitate to rely on us, okay? Thank you very much. Warms my heart to hear we've got an angel like you looking out for us. You're too kind. So, would you mind explaining the additional details regarding the support requests? Of course not. Let's get started. First of all, HQ has assigned a dedicated operator to support the SSS. It's our very own Fran right here. It's a pleasure to work with you all. Operator? So Fran will be supporting us via our enigmas? Well, my specialty isn't really supporting you guys in the fields. My main duty is to help report and process the completion of support requests. This will be done via the Orbal network. You've kinda lost me on this one. In other words, the SSS will be accepting a myriad of different requests from now on. Once we finish these requests, Fran will process the reports that we submit to her through our terminal in the SSS building. So then that means you don't have to come to headquarters every time we need to submit a report, is that right? Precisely. Once your reports are approved and processed within the system, we'll send the proper compensation your way. Furthermore, when your DP accumulates beyond a certain threshold, your detective rank will also increase. Feel free to ask me about that later. So this is literally just bracer rank with the police. Basically, these are all my new duties as the very first operator of the SSS. I see. That makes sense. So they basically just ported all the mechanics of the Bracer Guild from the first 3 games over to the police department for this new setting. So we can avoid all that irritating paperwork by using the terminal down at the SSS building, yeah? That's right. It's actually part of the Orbal Network initiative in Crossbell. Hey, thank you for the follow. Theo, has the terminal at the SSS been installed and tested yet? Yes, it is ready for reports anytime. Good to hear. Well then, please allow me to explain the additional details regarding your support requests. If there's anything you don't understand, please feel free to ask questions. Jeff, I have a confession to make. I accidentally let a 20+ stream streak go on your stream because I didn't realize you were streaming yesterday. It's tragic, I know. Support requests are requests submitted by various individuals to the SSS. Which goes vary from person to person, ranging from simple assistance requests to formal. I don't know, dude. That was all I had going. I might not be able to watch your stream anymore. We'll just have to build it back up better and stronger than ever, and longer than ever. Simple assistance request to formal, yada yada. Gain the right to decide whether you'll accept them or not. However, if you do accept them, make sure to complete them within the given deadline. Exactly the same. Go to accept and report them on the Special Support Section's terminal. Yeah. Content, yes. And what does detective rank mean? I don't have any more questions. Yeah, not always chatting, but you're on at a good time for me to lurk while I'm just doing other stuff. Alright, I believe that should wrap up the explanation on support requests. So, when you return to the SSS, try pressing the report option on your terminal screen. Be sure to send more support requests your way as they come in. Got it. Thanks, you two. Trails brings all the falls. It's a good game. It's got a very passionate fan base. And yes, I know this from a couple minutes ago. Yeah, it's all good. I know you had stuff to do. Hand's basically Clippy. No, you might not be wrong. Let's get back in here. Let's report this job. That's not what I wanted to do, I think. Oh, no, it is what I wanted to do. Yeah, 1500 Mira, let's go. Ah, nice. Hope that was a good time. Another update. It appears that more requests have already been added to our system. We should verify each one just to be safe. Lost item search. I lost my items in the city. I'm looking for someone to help me find them. For details, please see me at Hotel Millennium in the Entertainment District for 1,000 Mira. City's Residential Affairs Division is reviewing residents' registrations. We're seeking assistance from the CPD in verifying vacant units. For more information, please inquire at the Crossbell City Hall reception desk by the end of the day. Shion. Hold on, I know another Shion from games around this time period. Dangerous monster Megalobat has been sighted in the Geofront's A1 sector. We ask the Special Support Section deal with this threat swiftly. It uses the weight of its body to damage with high power attacks. Be alert. What does it want me to do about that? It does damage, thank you? Wow, that's a lot. More monsters in the Geofront, eh? So this is an extermination request? From what I've heard, those are usually handled by the Bracer Guilds. Hear me out, guys. Why don't we take care of this extermination ourselves? Want to? Looking for a bit of redemption, Lloyd? Yeah, I am. This is only because of Arios McLean that we came out unscathed last time. If we had time to prepare, I genuinely believe that we could have handled it on our own. Besides, today's our first official day on the job, so why not start off with a bang? Make a compelling argument. It seems troublesome, but you may have a point. Like the way you think, Lloyd. We better get to work on fixing up our questionable image. Now that we got a plan, I guess we should head to the Geofront when we're ready. Yeah. There's some that are higher priority and mandatory. These are marked as urgent, and when completed, the story will advance. The support requests are not mandatory. Please pay attention to them, though. They have time limits and will expire. Alright, let's do not the urgent one first. Because that one will advance the story. Buy... Yeah, we can buy Randy a weapon. Everyone's already equipping that. Just prevent statuses. Don't need that. Well, I don't know that I don't know. That's not the one I wanted. Is it not? Where do I keep track of my... Can I only check them at the terminal? This game has the weirdest... Detective note. Oh, it's under prologue. This game has the weirdest, button mapping. Like, start, opens the map, sure. Triangle opens up this menu that you can navigate to. Square is how you open up this menu. And I realize I have Xbox prompts, so. Place triangle and square with Y and X. Lost item. Hotel Millennium in the Entertainment District. And City Hall. Well, we're pretty close to City Hall. And you know what the really funny thing is? I'm using a Switch controller. So I was describing the inputs in PlayStation terms, while the game's giving me Xbox prompts, because I'm emulating an Xbox controller with a Switch controller. Because the Switch controller does not like Windows does not like the Switch Pro controller very much. Welcome to the Crossbell City Hall. You're here to pay for your utilities or to change your address, you've come to the right place. Feel free to inquire about additional services. Excuse us, we're with the CPD. We're here in response to a support request submitted by City Hall. I know, I have an Xbox controller, but the right trigger is having issues. Like, it just randomly thinks I'm pressing it, which I guess in this game wouldn't be too... I don't know, right trigger opens up the dialogue history, so it would be pretty annoying in this game. But I was replaying Lightning Returns off stream, and right trigger opens up the enemy information, and the game is just unplayable with the controller randomly doing that all the time, so... I had to come up with something else, but I have a DualSense, but the USB-C port isn't the greatest on those, and like if you wiggle the controller around a bit, sometimes they just disconnect. And so far the Switch controller is pretty good, but you have to do a little bit of fiddling in order to make it cooperate with Windows. Oh, you're with the police? Wonderful, I wasn't expecting you to respond so quickly. Right. Could you give us more details about the request, please? I believe it had to do with confirming vacancies of certain residents. Yes, of course. Allow me to explain. You're all familiar with resident registrations, correct? Anyone wishing to move to Crossbell must visit us to register for residency. The reality is, people will freely move in and out of the city without going through the appropriate avenues. It's become more and more difficult for us to keep track of it all. I see. Therefore, we're seeking your help to verify any vacant residences in the city. We need to rectify our documents that have any mislabeled vacancies. Folks over at Residential Affairs have their hands full, so we greatly appreciate the assistance. You're telling us that we have to play errand boys for the government? Don't be rude, Randy. Verifying vacancies is actually important in catching certain criminal activities. Filing documents in a timely manner is critical. Oh yeah? Huh, go figure. It'll be good for us to walk around the city and get the lay of things while we're at it. Will you be able to help us then? Thank you very much. I'll hand these documents over to you. Files are relevant to the request and will guide you in your work. Understood. We'll be sure to look them over. Thank you. Alright, and when I said I'm slowly working my way through these games, this is game 4 out of, I think, currently 13, I want to say. Let's see, there are 3 different locations in total. There's one near the entrance of the residential district. Looks like the next one's on East Street, huh? According to this address, it's to the right of the Bracer Guild. The right of the Bracer Guild. Sweet, that'll be pretty easy to remember. Last one looks like it's in the downtown district. It's an apartment complex known as Lotus Heights. There appear to be 3 documented vacancies. Just a moment, please. I'll note this down in the detective room. Okay, all done. Begin working on verifying the outlined vacancies now. Should we come back here once we've completed the task? Yes, please report back to me once you've completed verifying all 3 locations. I'll leave everything in your capable hands. Alright, so what do we say? Residential District, East Street, Downtown District. I can't look at the map inside there. Okay, let's get the Residential District first, because that is, excuse me, very close by. That's the Entertainment District. Oh yeah, I never peeked inside the casino. An address at the north end. I think this is the vacant house. It has the right address. Doesn't look like anybody's here. Doesn't matter how you look at it. Thing's an empty mansion. Agreed. I am unable to detect any presences from within. I think this house has been abandoned for a little over 10 years. I remember hearing rumors about this house being haunted back when I was a child. Oh, really? Willie and I are around the same age, but I've never heard that rumor at all. At any rate, I think we've successfully verified the vacancy. Cool, let's move on to the next one. This way, yes. East Street. Address to the right of the Bracer Guild and 3 units in Lotus Heights. I don't actually know which building is the Bracer Guild. That's the inn. Is the building directly to the right of the Bracer Guild? Wasn't it supposed to be vacant, though? It does not display any signs of vacancy at all. Quite the opposite, actually. Maybe we can check with the receptionist and see what the deal is. Alright, you. What's going on? Why? Man, I want to go on another fishing trip sometime soon. I bet you would, wouldn't you? Excuse us, sir. We're with the... Oh, you kids all interested in joining? I'll gladly accept you. Welcome to the Fisherman's Guild. Boy, am I glad to see younger fishing enthusiasts joining us. Joining the Fisherman's Guild? Pardon me, sir, but what exactly is this place? Ah, sorry about that, kid. This is the gathering grounds of fishing enthusiasts, the Crossbell branch of the Fisherman's Guild. Hey, kid with the blue and white jacket there. You look like you've handled a few rods before. What do you mean by that? I can sniff out talent from a sail away. How about it, kid? Looking to get your bait on? What? I mean, sure. I used to go fishing back when I was a kid. But, I'm working right now. Sorry. I'm impressed at how easily he could tell Lloyd has fishing experience. It's old men mystifying me. Man, that caught me off guard. Anyway, this might go without saying, but this building isn't vacant, right? Because according to the records from City Hall, this place should be unoccupied. What? Of course it's not. It's impossible. Expand your community by connecting you with a well-known Twitch streamer who's got 3.1 million audience. I guess my rules technically say I won't add you on Discord, not I won't add somebody else randomly on Discord, but I feel like we can expand that rule to cover edge cases as well. Suspicious user, ban evasion. What? Of course it's not. That's impossible. As you can see, we're in the process of planning our next fishing event. While we're on the topic of vacancies, there's an apartment complex by the name of Acacia right up the street. Pretty sure there was a vacant room in there. That's what you're looking for, maybe? Find Acacia 2 buildings over from us, to the left of the Bracer Guild. The actual vacancy's 2 buildings away? You're telling me the records were botched? That seems to be the case. In that case, we should head there and confirm it so that City Hall can update their records. How do we know he's not just deflecting? you. I don't remember where he said, like the 3rd floor or something. Well, probably not, given that there is no 3rd floor. This room seems to be empty, but there's stuff in here, so maybe it's lived in. Door's locked. Excuse me, is anyone home? I'm not sensing anyone inside, bud. Yeah, seems that way. Oh, what are you all doing over there? There's a vacant room. Looks like we were right on the money. Yeah, the last tenant moved away about half a month ago. I'd suggest you contact the landlord directly if you're interested in moving in. Well, I guess the vacancy on East Street was referring to this apartment. Previous tenant not filed the proper papers or something when he split? Man, how lazy can you get? That reminds me, the City Hall receptionist had mentioned that the records may not be completely accurate. Now understand what she meant by it. Okay, so the vacancy on East Street is room 202 at Acacia Apartments. I should write down all the details. Alright, let's move on to the next one. And this is in, like, something Heights? Lily Heights? Is that it? Like some flower height. Lotus Heights. Wrong flower. Well, good thing they made it easy to find. Not ice, correct. If I'm not mistaken, this is Lotus Heights. We're not removing people. We're not randomly executing people. We're just making sure empty buildings are empty. If I'm not mistaken, this is Lotus Heights. Should be 3 vacancies according to the documents provided by City Hall. Good call. I would say so, too. Oh, are you with the government? Actually, we're police officers. We're just here to examine some vacancies to help bolster our crime prevention efforts. Vacancies, eh? I only recall there being 1 vacant room, though. Are you certain? Are there not 3? No, I don't believe so. It doesn't shock me that the government has trouble keeping up with that kind of information, to be honest. Though I imagine that's probably why the downtown district has fallen into such disrepair. They've more or less given up on us. Anyway, you're welcome to inspect the rooms as long as you don't disturb the other tenants. Yeah, it's wild this is the downtown district when this is just like the outskirts of town. Okay then, shall we go take a look? Sure, sounds like a plan. Well, that room is not vacant. Neither is that. Really, one of these is one of the 3 rooms that we're looking for. Door's locked. Excuse me, is anybody home? I failed to detect any presence inside. Yeah, makes sense. Check out the dust. Check out all the dust on the doorknob too. Doubt anybody's lived here for a long time. Figures as much. I believe every other unit is occupied, making this the only vacant unit. Okay, Unit 203 of Lotus Heights. Great, now that we confirmed the details in the documents, our work here is done. Let's head on back to City Hall and report our findings. What's the other lost item? Entertainment. Oh, that's the other side. I went right past the entertainment. I went right through the entertainment district. This way. Didn't. I grabbed it while I was there. Harbor District. We've gone the wrong way. It's okay. Found our way back. Hello, everyone. Is the verification process going well? Yeah, we wrapped up a little while ago. We're here to submit a report. But handed over the corrected documents. Wow, you even included footnotes for each of the room numbers. Thank you so much. I'm sure Residential Affairs will be more than grateful for the help. I'd rather they worked on being a bit more organized with their documentation instead. All their mistakes had us on one seriously wild goose chase. As we are not part of their organization, it may not be our place to comment, but the organization of the original documents was subpar at best. I'm truly sorry for the trouble. Residential Affairs tries their hardest to ensure complete accuracy in their documentation. However, Diet members are constantly putting pressure on them. I hope you'll accept my apology on their behalf. No, that's okay. We may have been a little insensitive. They have their own share of problems. Right, members of the Crossbell Diet can make life harder for a lot of people. Anyway, I'm glad we could be of assistance. I know it can get overwhelming at times, so please don't hesitate to contact us for help again. I agree, assignments of a similar nature should be no problem for us. Say the word and we'll be there. Thank you for the offer. Be sure to take you up on it when the time comes. And hotel in the entertainment district. I assume that's the one. Somebody lost something. They're waiting in their room, so it is not that person. Or is it that person? Is it you? It is you. Here we go. I'm so done with walking. Might as well cut my losses and head home. Excuse me, sir. By any chance, did you submit a request to the special support section? Oh, are you guys police officers? Ooh, I didn't think you were actually gonna come. Well, we're here to help. The request mentioned that you lost some of your belongings. Could you explain how that happened exactly? Yeah, of course. Sorry, this is just so frustrating. I don't even have the energy to cry anymore. See, I love shopping, so I thought I'd spend the day checking out some random shops around the city. I eventually noticed there was a gaping hole in my bag, but it was already too late. All my stuff had fallen out. I searched for what felt like forever, but I still couldn't find any of my belongings. It really sucks, man. It's almost been a full day, though. Doubt your stuff's hanging out where you dropped it, to be honest. There's a chance that a passerby may have picked up your belongings and turned them in somewhere. Could you please state the locations you visited during your shopping spree? Sure thing. As you'd expect, I stopped by the department store first. Spent a good amount of time there with all the new brand name stuff they have on display. Can you blame me? Sorry, that's besides the point. Anyways, I went to see East Street's Marketplace after that. And it wasn't until I stopped to rest near the park in the Harbor District that I noticed the tear. I searched everywhere, but even after spending the whole day looking, I couldn't find diddly squat. I think I ended up losing my wallet, a souvenir I'd bought, and, well, something else. Pretty sure I lost 3 things in total, but about that last one? You're gonna tell us you can't remember what it was, aren't you? Well, that should be enough for us to go on. We'll start by searching around the places you visited. That's the wrong button. Times, East Street, and the Harbor District. Those are all commercial areas. It'll probably save us a lot of time and effort if we simply ask the workers there if they know anything. Awesome. Let me know if you find anything. No. Oh, there's another exit. Okay, so what was the other one? What souvenir and something? The department store in Central Square, East Street's Market, and the Harbor District Park. Oh, yeah, I don't think I actually went into the department store when I was exploring Crossbell last time. Or if I did, maybe I just stepped in. Yeah, come on, Manager Neston, we're chop. We gotta find this guy's stuff. Does it specify what I'm looking for in each? No. There's a wall. I know I've opened this menu like 37 times. A wallet, a souvenir, and something. That's great. Something. Fuck. Ellie suggested we talk to people about this, but no one has said anything of use. Maybe there's a merchant on the ground floor I didn't talk to. Assume that's gotta be it. What do you have to say? That was not useful. I swear, if it's literally the last person that I... You know, the information desk might have been a good place to start in hindsight. It's one of the locations Trump visited. We've searched the whole damn place already. Excuse me, do you happen to have a lost and found here? You've lost something of yours? Yeah, typical gamer. This front desk more or less serves as lost and found, and we have a few things on hand. What are you looking for? Few things, eh? You think they've got Trant's stuff? Hopefully. I'm not shocked that they found a lot of drop stuff, given how big a building Times is. Trant said he lost his wallet, a souvenir, and a third thing. On reflection, it might have been wise to ask for more details about each of the items. Ah, wait a minute. Are you referring to the customer whose wallet fell out of a hole in his bag? That's gotta be the one. That's him. Oh, thank goodness. Someone ended up seeing him drop it after all. Oh, not quite. We only discovered it after the fact. It's just that he stuck out like a sore thumb. He most certainly did. He was happily laughing and cracking jokes with every person he ran into. Then when he was on his way out, his bag caught on one of the display cases. It was only when we were cleaning up later that we found the wallet. Well then. Not say I'm surprised to hear this. Never bothered to come here to search for it? Poor guy must have given up already. Guess that's why he ended up coming to us for help. Please wait a moment. We'll bring it right away. Here you are. Thanks, you two. You're lifesavers. Pleasure. Just make sure that gets back into the right hands. Alright, that's 1 out of 3. Next up, the Harbor District. Which is not there, it is here. Trant did spend some time in the Harbor District, so he might have dropped something of his around here. Excuse me, have you seen any items lying on the ground recently? Oh, are you looking for something? Actually, now that you mentioned it, there was some weirdo hanging out in the park earlier. This NPC. This green-haired NPC just got stuck while I'm in the middle of this dialogue. Remember him yelling about a hole in his bag at some point. I think it was the end of the world with how much he was freaking out over it. That certainly sounds like him. I only saw it from a distance, so I have no clue what he might have lost. That's too bad. Hold on. One of my customers mentioned finding something on the ground earlier today. She hangs out in the park around here pretty often, so it shouldn't be hard to find her. Why not try asking her for more details? Do I ever free this guy from his prison? Alright, my dude. You can go on. Is it you? Nope, wrong woman. Wait, what do you mean there's only one woman in the park? Child? What are you talking about? You mean the one patrolling outside the park? Excuse me, would you happen to have seen anything lying around here recently? Something that seemed left behind? Oh my, lost something, have we? I actually found something stuck in the grass on the outskirts of the park. I was kind of curious, so I picked it up. Just in time, too. It was nearly blown away by the wind. Blown away by the wind? The client could not recall what his third missing item was, so I suppose nothing is out of the question. What is it, exactly? Take it you guys were looking for this? Here, it's all yours. Public-bound ticket. A train ticket. Doubt he's going anywhere without this bad boy. Bag of heroin. Yo, we find that, we're not returning it, you know what I mean? We'll deliver it to him later. Look, we're with the police. We find that, we're taking it into evidence. Where's the third? East Streets Market. Oh, I was literally on that screen. Oh, this is probably the market. Not you. East Street Marketplace. Trump mentioned he'd come through here. Maybe his lost item is somewhere in the area. Excuse me, do you happen to have found any lost items around here lately? Welcome! What's that? You've lost something? Sorry, pal. I haven't picked anything up. I start working at the crack of dawn, so I figured I would have noticed a doohickey or two. If it's something that important, why not ask the police to help find it? Boy, do I have some shocking news to tell you. About that, I got a funny story for you. I suppose our reputation is so low that we are not even recognized as officers. What about you? Excuse me, do you happen to have found any lost items around here lately? Oh, did you lose something? I can't say we have, sadly. It's not too surprising, though. People lose stuff here all the time. Tried asking someone else? It's a child? No. Alright. Excuse me. The goofiest thing about this game is when Lloyd isn't when Lloyd isn't the party leader, he still talks to them He's still the one that talks to the NPCs, but just from, like, the other side of the room. It was really funny last time. Lloyd wasn't even on screen when we were talking to someone. Excuse me, do you happen to have found any lost items around here lately? Lost items, let me think. Sorry, afraid not. I do this all daily, so I would have noticed if I picked anything weird off the ground. Have much luck here. Alright. Blue-haired lady or brown-haired lady? Blue-haired lady. Excuse me, do you happen to have found any lost items around here lately? Lost something, eh? Actually, wait a sec. Now that you mention it, there was a young man who dropped something here yesterday. I remember him because he made some dumb joke when he stopped by my stall. I don't think he noticed the gaping hole in his bag because a package fell out of it when he wasn't paying attention. A whole-ass package! I saw it lying there. I tried to chase after him to give it back, but he was already gone. Nice. Looks like we hit the jackpot. So, were you police folks who were sent to come get it for him? Guess I'll leave it with you then. Phew, should wrap up our search, I think. Let's go report the good news to Trant. Sounds like a good plan to me. Any known pickpockets? Look, if no one starts fessing up, it's about to be me. Man, it's a shame that one screen is so small, because that's a really cool song. I need to pay attention to what that song is actually called the next time I go through that screen. This room. Yes. Here's all your shit, my guy. Said you lost 3 things, correct? Luckily, we were able to track them down. Here you are, and please don't drop them again, okay? You might want to buy a new bag so this doesn't happen again. You guys are miracle workers. This is definitely my stuff, and here I was about to give up on ever finding them and head home. Excuse me, but how do you have gotten home without your wallet? Or your ticket, for that matter? You know what? You make a pretty good point there. Anyway, thanks for your help. Contacting the police was sort of a last-ditch operation in my mind. I mean, you guys were great, but I haven't heard the best things about the CPD. Like, I was really surprised when you 4 even showed up to help at all. I see. I think I'm finally starting to get why the special support section was made. Isn't it wonderful, though, the feeling of helping out someone in need? At any rate, that should be it for this request. And that's a movie that I've intended to watch to find some time to watch my entire life and just somehow never did. Trinity, that's the name of this song. Yeah, this game has a really cool feature where where there's an option that whenever you get a new song, it just pops up in the corner and tells you, so you don't have to go, oh, what's the song that plays during the 3rd boss fight and whatever. It's just like, oh, what's on the screen? Alright, so let's go. Reports. Oh, you've reached the CPD. This is Fran speaking. Well, then allow me to go over your reports. Oh, we got 6 DP, 2,000 Mira. And we have to go back into the Geo front. Hold on. What is this shop? It's a restaurant. I need a shop where I can buy a couple of tier bombs. I don't think it's in the department store. What shop do I think is gonna have tier bombs? West Street? What are you? That's the bakery. General store tallies. It could be this. Crossbell times. It's just ingredients. It's a good question. Where do I get tier bombs in this game? I think the armory would have them, right? I suppose it was worth a shot considering the general store had accessories, but oh no, that's that. Exchange shop temporarily closed. Yeah, I can't buy tier bombs yet. Surely you'd think I could buy basic healing items somewhere. We're about to go into combat, presumably. I've been told big thing hits hard. There's a couple shops in the alley. You. That's not what we're looking for. You. Antique shop. For 25,000 Mira, that's a lot more than I currently have. My excitement was very quickly killed when I realized I don't have anywhere close to enough money. No, because this is just on the spot. Can I not buy tier bombs? General store. Here we go. We got 2. Let's get like 5. 1 reviving bomb. Just in case things go really poorly. Alright, now where... What are we doing? Geofront. Megalobat sighted in A1 sector. Let's not go at high speed. Hell yeah, 6 entire experience. I still might want to use arts. We'll see how the team rush goes. That's what it's called. Oh, we're good. I'd love to get them on turn 1. How did it not see me? If I get another team rush, I should see if I get CP from those. I don't think I do. I probably don't need to be fishing for the full preempt, but whatever, it's easy enough to do. I assume the enemy's got to be this way. Like, my best guess is it is going to be at the... Oh no, I had my directions mixed up. So does Ellie, holy cow, she can't... Ellie, what are you doing? Can't hit something directly in front of her. I guess I'd rather get Ellie some CP just so... She's the one that has a healing S-Craft, right? One of these days I'll remember what the buttons are. Boy, that is a really big bat. Large monsters prowling around. Exterminate. Alright. 3 bats, 4 bats with him. What do we have? We have Axle Rush. I don't know how much damage my arts do. That's the problem. Here, I will analyze the big guy, though, just to make taking him down easier. So that means water is more effective against him? Bat that became fat after sucking too much blood. Uses its weight to fight. Well, this bat gives me a lot of... That's 200 damage, holy. Art. Okay, let's stun spike that guy. Let's just whack this guy, get him out of here. I really should just be turboing through fights. How much health did the big boss have? Like 1,600? This is why we got a couple of tier bombs. I want to use that on you. Well, if it's overkill, I believe they redirect. They redirected in the old games. By old games, I mean Sky. I guess they technically qualify as the old games. Keep spamming magic. I guess I could use S-crafts, but... S-breaks. Sorry, they're not crafts. Well, no, they are called crafts. Why is that... Weird. Here, let's pop Lloyds. Okay, it does still consume all. Your CP. I was curious because there's no difference between casting it with 150 and with 100. I was just curious if it's... There's a different tab for that stuff. Interesting. I was just wondering if it maybe got changed to save the excess in this game, but apparently not. I am very scared of that icon that I see on his turn. I no longer see it on his turn. I'm less scared of that now. Oh, he lives. He's also got 11 health. Let's make that less than 11. Good work, everyone. Well, that thing was a complete pushover compared to the one Arios took down. It may be so, but as long as we work together, there's nothing we can't overcome. Agreed. Also, I just deactivated the lock on the inner door. That should save us a lot of time, so we should exit that way. Gotcha. When did you even do that? But that one? Well, let's... I wanted to go hit out the healing thing. That was 1 inch away from me. Well, I guess that also put me right next to a healing thing. That'll work as well, I suppose. Lloyd Banning's of the special support section speaking. It's me. How are things going? Chief Sergei, Actually, we just eliminated the monster from the request. Perfect. Glad things are going well. Where are you now? We just exited the geofront. Heh, you're not too far away then. What? I need you guys to investigate something immediately. Drop your support request for now and make it your top priority. Got it. So, what is it that needs investigating? Head over to the downtown district on the double. It's in the southeastern part of the city. Some residents there contacted the police. Apparently, 2 delinquent gangs that have been at each other's throats are about to start a brawl. What? Stop them before there's trouble. Good luck. Hold on. Stopping a fight isn't exactly what I'd call an investigation. He hung up on me. What'd he say? Judging from the look on your face, I can tell it ain't gonna be a good time. You could say that. Delinquent gangs in the downtown district? I don't remember seeing anyone like that when we were down there earlier. According to the database, there are 2 rival gangs who claim the district as their territory, the Saber Vipers and the Testaments. Apparently skirmishes between the two have become daily occurrences. Never used to be any gangs like that in the city. I guess a lot's changed. Anyway, we should hurry there and assess the situation. You have to find a way to calm them down before the situation escalates. I agree. Downtown district it is then. We got fully healed. Alright, to the downtown district. Which is not in this direction. Excuse me. Like 4 hours into this game, we haven't left Crossbell. That is the south exit. As I now know, that is in fact the south exit. Downtown district isn't very downtown. It's often the corner of the town. Yo, thanks, Tipic. Oh, excuse me. How goes? Look, over there. Check it out. Looks like things are about to get heated. Hey, you blue bastards. Keep acting all smug and we're gonna put you right where you belong. The dirt. Ha, you damn bugs have been getting on our nerves for far too long. Pretty ballsy of you to pull this underhanded crap on us. This is precisely why you Neanderthals are so annoying. You don't need to rely on underhanded tactics to take care of hoodlums like you. And besides, you were the ones who sent one of our men to the hospital. What's the saying? An eye for an eye, a tooth for a tooth? You better prepare yourselves, because we're gonna pass judgment on you. Fine by us, you blue bastards. Wall doesn't need to be here for us to kick your asses. Took the words right out of my mouth. Wazy's presence is unnecessary for us to take out trash like you. Prepare for the crusade, everyone. It's time we eliminate these Saber Viper scum. Hold it! The hell? Never seen any of you before. Cease your fighting immediately. Your thoughtless actions are causing a disturbance for all of the residents living here. Huh? Who do you think you are, coming out of nowhere and bossing us around? Well, I guess we do just look like a bunch of randos to them. How do we proceed? Oh shit, I can make a decision? Reveal my detective notebook. We're with the CPD's Special Support Section. We've received a request from residents of the area to intervene. Your police officers? Ain't no way in hell. There's no way the police would respond to a request like that. They never come here. If you're gonna lie, at least come up with a better one than that. We're being serious. Regardless, that doesn't change the fact that you're disturbing the other residents. If you're so intent on handing out ass kickings, then why not take it outside the city? I'm sure you guys could use the exercise. You got guts, I'll give you that. Thinking you can waltz into the downtown district and run your mouth like that? We have our own code we follow here. You keep pushing your luck, all it'll get you is a trip to an early grave. Damn it. Ugh, we ain't getting through to these punks at all. With no other conclusions to this situation? I suppose we have no other choice. Ooh, what do we have here? I didn't notice how cute those two chicks were. Trying to act cool so you can impress them? Hey, why don't you babes ditch these losers and hang out with some real men? Really are a bunch of Neanderthals. This isn't the time to be hitting on women. Yeah, Randy is the one that should be hitting on women. Also, he should not be hitting on Tio. She is a child, and I'm pretty sure he recognizes that. Randy is a great name. How about we just get rid of these pests first? We can continue our fight afterward. Are you okay with that, you red worms? Huh, fine by us. Take them down, boys. I feel like there's slightly fewer of them in the fight. What's your craft? That. Anything else? No, you only get sparkle. Not iron pipe. Alright, well, let's just chuck spells at him. I do have what's-her-name's S-Craft. Do have Ellie's S-Craft if things go poorly. Let's see how much HP you got. Quite a bit, actually. Oh, we get two of them with that. What's phase 2? You know how it is, Typic. The two of us, we always forget what we say immediately. Ah, yes. Did he just raise my strength? Yes. These guys are tough. Look, sometimes I say things and my brain's like, alright, we've already had those thoughts. We're just gonna evict them so we can focus on whatever else is happening. 57 experience. Holy cow. Might be able to get another orb slot. Damn, these guys are no amateurs. Oh, you know, I probably have some orbs I can give to people, now that I think about... I don't know. I might have orbs that I just forgot to give to people. We'll see. Those two bitches, I thought they were just arm candy. What's with their staff? That thing nearly fried me. What the hell? Stop screwing with us. You guys really are bracers, aren't you? No, I prefer we're Rick. I told you already, we're police officers. People really have lost all trust in the police. Fine, have it your way. We're done playing nice. This time you're all dead. Let's do this, men. We must show them the true power of the Testaments, even if they are bracers. Ugh. True power of the Testaments. Speaking of Xenosaga, Jeff. The absolute hell do you think you guys are doing? I think you've all done quite enough. Wald? Wazy came. Oh, these guys must be. Looks like our head honchos have entered the battlefield. Heh, you guys have been having fun while I was napping? So, anyone gonna explain what the hell's going on here? how do we put this? We're trying to teach them blue bastards a lesson, and these 4 chumps came out of nowhere and interrupted our fight. You moron. Didn't I tell you to use that damn head of yours before you start shit? Are you dumbasses trying to piss all over my reputation by taking up fights in public? Is that it? No, sir. Not at all. Never do anything to piss on your reputation. What do you all have to say for yourselves? Should I take this to mean you're not capable of following my orders? Wait, hold on, Wazy. They started taunting us, that's why we... Enough of your excuses. As members of the Brotherhood, you should know better than this. I understand. Large, bald man. We'll reflect upon our actions. You know where he'd fit right in? At the bald bar in Rebirth in Junon. It's fine, as long as you guys understand. Huh. You guys are the same as ever. A bunch of freaking weirdos. Making your men dress up in those creepy-ass threads? You think you're a cult leader or something? Didn't force anyone to wear these garments. How about you, taking your anger out on your subordinates? Is that any way for a leader to act? These two. Can't gauge their relationship. Anyway, we've got more important matters to deal with. You 4, is it true you're actually police officers? If so, you sure don't look the part. From the look of it, they ain't half bad at fighting, though. Especially the redhead. Dude's built like an ox. Well, thanks, buddy. Can't say I held a candle to you, though. Randy, do we have to compliment the enemies? As for the 2 ladies with you, there's no way you can convince me they're police officers. Gotta admit, they're good-looking gals, though. How flattering. Yo, what's up, Buster Sword? You hear hints of the Mission Impossible theme. You know, it's been a very long time since I've seen any Mission Impossible movie. It's true, though. We're the CPD's new recruits. We're with the Special Support Section, a division that was just established. Oh, you're the ones that appeared in today's issue of the Crossbell Times, then. We were in the Crossbell Times? Could it have been an article on our rescue efforts? Huh? These guys pull off something big? Yeah, apparently they were a pathetic opening act to one of the Guild's dramatic rescues. Oh, I'm sorry. I called your so-called contribution. I suppose your so-called contributions did help, if only slightly. Ugh. Don't make that face. I'll stop teasing you poor guys. My name's Wazy. Wazy Hemisphere. Suppose you could call me the leader of the Testaments. Why the uncertainty? Well, you fit the image of a leader far more than I do. That shiny bald head of yours is the perfect thing to rally troops around. Enough screwing around. Name's Wald Wales, leader of the Saber Vipers. So, you're Wazy and Wald then. Allow me to formally introduce myself. I'm Lloyd Bannings of the CPD's Special Support Section. I imagine that you don't intend on escalating the conflict even further. Is it fine if I leave the rest to you two? So funny. Oh, nothing. I was just thinking how wonderfully naive you are. Think we plan on de-escalating the situation? What kind of dumbass train of thought is that? The only reason we stopped them is because we haven't finished our preparations. Plan on having the ultimate showdown once we're ready. When we do finally go at it, you can bet it ain't gonna be the child's play you just saw. Which one of us is gonna be left standing? We ain't stopping until one side's nothing but corpses. What? You're kidding me, right? You guys really are trying to kill each other? Don't know why you're acting all surprised. Though it's pretty obvious which one of us will get their asses handed to him right now. Keep running your mouth while you still can. At any rate, this is none of your business. Bunch of government dogs? Heck. A bunch of rookies like yourselves that stay out of this. What? Time to roll out, boys. Let's get going too. Yes, sir. Well, they're quite the handful. I get the feeling they were completely serious about everything they said, too. Yeah, based on what we saw, this place will be a war zone in the next few days. Things are gonna get real bloody, I can tell. Technically completed the mission assigned to us by the chief. This problem is beyond the scope of our mission, correct? I disagree. As things stand, I don't think we can truly call our mission complete just yet. If we just walk off now, then the police will never regain the citizens' trust. Convincing argument. You're right, Lloyd. Now that we've gotten involved, we need to find some way to stop them from fighting. Bit of a tall order, ain't it? He didn't strike me as the type to start playing nice just because someone told him to. Yeah, you're not wrong. I doubt we'd receive any support if we sent in a request to headquarters. It seems our best course of action is to take care of this ourselves. Oh, shouldn't we at least report in to see what headquarters has to say? They might offer to increase patrols in the area. I doubt it. Think about it. Those guys were causing a scene in broad daylight. They knew the police wouldn't show up to stop them. I think headquarters has intentionally abandoned the downtown district. Oh. According to the database, the patrols in this district have been drastically decreased as of late. Seems the possibly budget related. Looks like we were right. But doesn't that mean we're kinda screwed? Why not just confront each group head on, beat their asses, and make sure they don't step out of line? I'm gonna pretend I didn't hear that. Hold on a second. Why do they even want to wipe each other out in the first place? I'm not actually sure either. Ain't it obvious? They're a bunch of heated hooligans trying to take control of some territory. Don't think that's the case. If it were that simple, they wouldn't need to completely wipe each other out. It'd make more sense if they were competing over a vested interest, but they're just a simple gang of delinquents. So why is it necessary for them to go to such lengths? I am impressed by your deduction. Likewise. Damn, man. What's wrong? Did I say something strange? Not at all. I was just thinking that you truly earned those detective qualifications of yours. Yeah, you ain't half bad. Now that I think about it, it didn't seem like the leaders hated each other's guts all that much. There's a strong possibility that some underlying reason is driving the conflict. One known only to them, and serious enough to warrant the two groups trying to wipe each other out. Yeah, that was my thought process. Well, there's only one thing left to do then. We know it. Shall we pay the Saber Vipers and Testaments a visit? Which of the two should we speak to first? I heal. I go to one of our rooms and rest at the bed. Yes. Oh, that's South Street. Or this is the south exit. We learned this last time that that is the south exit and not the downtown district. Alright. Alright, Testaments or Saber Vipers? Assume both of those blue buildings. We'll go to the Testaments first. Trinity. Testaments, that's freak cult shit. You know what? Sold me. Trinity. Oh, this is the same song as the back alley. Billiards table. Must be one of those billiards clubs. Seems like a pretty nice place. Trinity. This facility seems to possess a legitimate business permit. So this is the Testament's hangout. What do you want? Wait, you're... those police dogs. Hello there. Sorry to intrude. The sign said you were open, so I figured we'd come by and have a friendly chat. Do you really think you can just waltz in here like this? What do you want with us? You better have a good reason for being here. Come to fight. We'll continue where we left off and settle things once and for all. Stop. Abbas, why are you stopping us? Do not forget, this place is our sanctuary. Cease your petty arguments. What are your orders, Wazy? Let's see. Yeah, I don't see the harm in letting them stay. Understood. Thanks. What's the matter with these people? Look as if they're about to hold some kind of ceremony. Well, why are you here? Didn't I tell you guys already? I don't have anything to say to a bunch of dogs. Just because you don't have anything to say to us doesn't mean the opposite holds true. Appreciate it if you could cooperate with us in an investigation. An investigation? Let me just say up front that I don't intend to put our fight with the Vipers on hold. The residents may be bothered by our little scuffles, but they'll just have to deal with it until it's all over. Yeah, don't worry. We're not here to stop your dispute with the Vipers. I'm here to find out the reason behind it. Why are the both of you trying to wipe each other out? Oh? That's... Silence. Let Wazy handle this. Sorry. Considering your reactions, there's more to this story than meets the eye. Care to share the details with us? And if I bother explaining the details to you, what could you possibly hope to accomplish? If you were bracers, that'd be one thing. What are the police going to do? You guys really planning on helping out a bunch of ruffians like us? I'll admit that the police have been awfully negligent when it comes to the downtown district. You're not wrong. Knowing the details doesn't necessarily mean that we'd be able to help you out. After all, we're not bracers. We don't prioritize the safety of civilians like they do. Whoa there, pal. Wait a minute, Lloyd. What's the point in us talking then? You honestly think I'd graciously provide you information with nothing in return? Has no one taught you the concept of give and take? That's where you're wrong. I do have something to give in return. Do tell. Detectives' job is to shine a light on the secrets that lie deep in the shadows of society. At least, that's what I was taught growing up. Your heart holds even the slightest bit of that darkness known as doubt. We can help relieve you of that shadow looming over you. We'll uncover the truth, no matter what. That is what I have to give in return. Ah. What a cheese ball. Look, if it works... Fantastic. Absolutely fantastic. It's not every day you get to hear an overly dramatic speech of that caliber. You're Lloyd, right? I like you. Been a while since I've had such a good laugh. I wasn't saying all that to get a laugh. Anyway, what's your answer? That's your goat, Lloyd? You share with us your reason for wanting to wipe out the Saber Vipers? Alright. Fine. It'd be rude of me to deny you after such a rousing speech. Abbess, you would, please. Understood. I've yet to introduce myself. My name is Abbess. I'm a member of the Testaments. Excuse me, I believe you are Rude, a member of the Turks. Oh, pleased to meet you. Is he a bodybuilder or something? Incident responsible for a dispute occurred 5 nights ago. One of our members was ambushed by the Vipers in a nearby alleyway. Ambushed? You say that it wasn't just a normal, everyday fight? It wasn't a fight at all. He took a heavy blow to the back of his head and was beaten by a group of guys well after he lost consciousness. It was a massacre. It hit him so bad that he was sent to the hospital. Damn, no mercy at all. Eh? So, how's the victim doing now? Based on what we've heard from the hospital, he hasn't regained consciousness yet. They finished treating his other wounds, but the blow to his head was more serious than it first appeared. Currently waiting for further updates on his condition. See. Is it safe to assume you didn't report this attack to the police? Why would we? Can't imagine they'd offer any assistance. Regardless, the culprits are clear. Involving the police would only interfere with our plans to deal with the situation ourselves. Let's see. Hold on. The victim is yet to regain consciousness. Can you claim with certainty that the Saber Vipers are the culprits? Hey, she's right. Is this all only based on circumstantial evidence? Despite what you may think, we're not so simple-minded. We're known for being a fair bit sharper than our meat-headed counterparts. Though I suppose you may find that hard to believe. Crazy. We've got good reason to be sure the Vipers are the culprits. Sure you can deduce what that reason is, Mr. Detective? Well... wounds? I think I know. You're able to discern their identities by the type of wound inflicted, right? Right you are, my friend. While most of the injuries were bumps and bruises, there were also a few lacerations. It's as though they'd used something both sharp and blunt in their assault. Bumps and bruises paired with lacerations from something both sharp and blunt? Oh. Gotcha. You figure it was done by a nail bat like we saw one of them using earlier? I see. Wounds inflicted on him could certainly serve as decisive pieces of evidence. I think I've got a good grasp of what happened now. Thank you. This information was very helpful. Sure, no problem. Is that all you wanted, though? Here I was, thinking you would come in here to beg us to stop our plans for revenge. I'd obviously love for you to refrain from carrying out your plans against the Vipers. I still don't have enough information to come to a conclusion yet. Still need to pay the Saber Vipers a visit and hear their side of the story first. If we're able to figure out anything new, we'll let you know. Well, alright then. Looks like you're dead set on carrying out this little investigation of yours, Mr. Detective. I'll be waiting with bated breath to see what you turn up. And don't forget, if your investigation fails, turn this district into a bloodbath. Understood. I'll be sure to bring you back information that won't leave you disappointed. All this over something that happened 5 days ago? Alright. Saber Vipers. You're those cops. Those clothes. This place is supposed to be the Saber Vipers' home base. This is a music venue known as Ignis. Need to move on? No. They need to let this rivalry, like, sit for about 30 years. Then we can have this kind of brawl. I believe it was originally a warehouse, but it has since been remodeled. Do not pay taxes, so I'm unaware of the specifics. Don't just ignore me. I may be a rookie, but I'm a proud member of the Vipers all the same. Oh, sorry about that. We were hoping to have a discussion with your boss. You think you could let us in? Want to see Wald? Ha! There's no way you'd give a bunch of police dogs like you the time of day. But no means no. Get the hell out of here. Well, this isn't how I imagined this going. Gotta admit, for a delinquent, he's a cute, bright-eyed kid. Hello there. Can I ask what your name is? Me? I'm Dino. What's it to you? Dino, huh? What a tough-sounding name. So, Dino, it seems like you were put in charge of keeping watch for anyone suspicious, right? That's right. Wald personally assigned this job to me. I can't have any of those Testament jerks breaking in here. I definitely wasn't forced into this post by the other members. That makes sense. It's a very important job. You trade in Gabagool. Sorry, I haven't looked at YouTube chat too recently. We aren't members of the Testaments. Shouldn't be any problems for you to let us in, correct? But I saw you all fighting with our guys earlier. If I let you in, say fighting, but a little scuffle like that is the same as saying hello for you Saber Vipers, right? Besides, your boss didn't seem to mind it at all. But if you still aren't willing to trust us, then... What? This is not what I thought she was going for. What are you doing, Ellie? What is the meaning of this? Here, take it. You can hold on to my pistol while we're inside. This is incredibly precious to me. I hope you'll take good care of it until I return. Fine, I get it already. You don't have to take it that far. Go and ask Wald if you can enter. Better not sneak in while I'm gone. Yeah, I was expecting her to flirt with him. Damn, that was a pretty ballsy move. It certainly shocked me. That was impressive. I don't think I'd be able to pull off a negotiation like that. I'm quite familiar with these types of situations, so feel free to rely on me. I don't think that approach would work on someone like Wald, though. You'd be better off speaking to him in a similar manner as you did with Wazy. Yeah, I know. Thanks. Wald will see you now. You got the okay to come in, but if I catch you trying to pull any funny business, you're finished. Yeah, you might be right on that. Thank you. She's no Scherazard. I don't actually know. How is her name pronounced? You played the remake. Surely they say her name there. She's also probably in the later games. Scherazard, okay. Ellie's no Shara. You'll excuse us then. So this is what it's like inside. It's too noisy. You were right, they turned it into a music venue. Damn, this place is their hangout? I'm almost a little jealous. Heh, I was waiting for you to show up. You've sure got some stones if you think you can just walk in. Ha, must have a death wish or something. Yeah, Charizard evolved from Charmeleon. Evolved from Sharon. Looks like those blue bastards told you most of the details already. What are you here for then? You gonna arrest us? Not at all. We were hoping to ask for your cooperation in our investigation. If you don't mind, why exactly do you want to destroy the testaments? For their side of the story, so we'd like to hear yours now. Huh? Why? Is the testament statement not sufficient enough to explain their feud? Tio, I thought you were supposed to be the smart one. Like, that was your entire thing. No, it's not. The truth can easily change depending on who you talk to and what they claim they saw. The actual truth can only be brought to light once everyone's account has been thoroughly cross-examined and scrutinized. Doing so is one of my duties as a detective. Well, when you put it like that, it makes sense. So essentially, you need to analyze the case from various angles, correct? Heh. You're a weirdo, that's for sure. Wouldn't it make things a hell of a lot easier to just assume we're the baddies? What are you saying, Wald? Listen up, you punk-ass detective. Let's say I do have this info you're so desperate to get. I share it with you, what's in it for me? Well, I'm guessing you won't be satisfied with just learning the truth. Hell no, I won't. See, I'm the kind of guy who lives off of wrecking stuff and causing uproars. How about this? I'll give you what you're after. You can sate my bloodlust right here, right now. You out of your mind? Let's have ourselves a little brawl. My gang versus yours. Kick our asses and you'll get all the info you need. Not a bad deal, right? We aren't gonna fight you, Wald. Self-defense is one thing, but as members of the police, we can't participate in meaningless fights. Come on, man. Why are you being such a killjoy? If you're that afraid of getting pummeled, how about you just leave the two ladies here instead? You're pushing your luck. Huh? You serious, boss? I don't know about that. It's kind of scummy, yeah? Man, gangsters with morals, this is... Shut up, you morons. What's the big deal? Just leave them with us for a couple hours while the two of you go on a little walk. Do it, and I'll tell you everything. Sound good? Actually, I have a better idea. Me and you, Wald. There shouldn't be any problems if we call it a friendly scrimmage. If I win, you tell me everything you know about the case. Is that good enough for you? Wait, Lloyd, is that really a good idea? Hey, hold on a sec. Reckless idea, I must say. Are you out of your goddamn mind? Red over there looks like he'd stand a chance, but you're a twig compared to me. Despite how I look, I'm still a detective. Been through plenty of training. So I don't intend to lose to some two-bit street delinquent like you. Lloyd? Didn't think there'd be another guy stupid enough to challenge me to a fight. Formidable enemy. That sounds about right. Okay then, kid. Wald Wales, the Demon Smasher, leader of the Saber Vipers, accepts your challenge. Everyone's out of their goddamn minds. That's the truest statement. You think you can take me down? Then show me what you got. It's not bad. What's your... I don't know. Okay. Well, we get 2 actions. Lloyd, I gotta say, mean, we get our S-craft. Sorry, S-break. It's a totally different thing. Neck hang. $400. Remember when I went searching for the tier bomb merchant? Very good thing I found him. Well, despite all odds, we won. What? We won. Damn, not bad at all. How about that? Looks like you ain't all talk after all. Wasn't expecting you to go at it so hard like that. Wald, are you okay? Damn you, you'll pay for that. Shut up, you dumbasses. Ugh, is this guy even... Either way, not bad for a warm-up round. For a second, whoop, considered going all out, but the showdown with that pretty boy is almost here, so I'll let you off the hook this time. How thoughtful of you. So, mind filling us in on the details of the incident now? Sure. You earned it, I guess. All happened 5 nights ago. Those blue bastards jumped one of my boys. Happened right nearby here, too. Wait, what? It's just like... I bet those cowards told you one of their own was attacked the same way. Of course, that's just something they pulled out of their asses. Us saber vipers like to throw down, but we fight like men. Really think we'd bitch out and jump somebody in the dark? How badly was your guy hurt? Beaten till his bones started to fracture. He's in the hospital now. Said it'll be a month or so till he's fully recovered. Unlike the blue bastards guy, he didn't pass out right after the pummeling started. He took a hell of a worse beating, that's for sure. Let's see. You guys definitely sure the testaments are the perps? Your guy's conscious right now. He must have seen who got him, yeah? Wait, did he not even see the attackers? Guess not. It was definitely those blue bastards. I'd bet my life on it. After all, he was sniped by one of their rocks. Rock? Are you referring to the stones they launched with their slingshots? Damn right I am. The shot knocked him flat on his ass, and the cowards took the chance to rush in and beat him down. He hung on for a bit, then passed out. As far as I'm concerned, the culprits are obvious. That's all I got to tell you. I said it before and I'll say it again. I could care less about the little details. I'm gonna put an end to that pretty boy and every last one of his blue bastards. Nothing else matters at this point. Want to interfere? Be my guest. I'll just have to crush you along with them. Made your point, Wald. Anyway, thanks for your cooperation. I'm sure your statement will be key in solving this case. We'll contact you if we figure anything out. Knock yourself out, kid. Lloyd has no EP left. This is quite confusing. A member of each group was assaulted. Perhaps they were being untruthful? On second thought, none of them seemed to be lying. Is something the matter? You still recovering from the fight? Huh? Oh no, that's not it. Fine. Besides, he was going easy on me. I was just thinking that something doesn't add up. How so? Well, 5 nights ago, members from both groups were assaulted at the same time, but in different locations. Even if they'd coincidentally attacked each other simultaneously. With this many people involved, how likely would it be for them to be oblivious of each other's movements? Oh. Right. Neither of them are pros at covert operations, so the chances of that are slim as hell. If one group was ambushed and then retaliated in kind, that wouldn't explain it either. Would have taken precautionary measures to avoid facing retaliation from the enemy. But both sides were taken completely by surprise. Isn't that right, Lloyd? Yeah, there's definitely something off about this case. Feels like we're still missing a critical piece of the puzzle. Looks like you guys could use a hand. You. Aren't you a reporter from the Crossbell Times? Hello everyone, we meet again. Cha-ching! Just scored myself a money shot. This is an infringement on our right to privacy. He's gonna make fun of us in the news again. Not anything but that. I can't help it. Take pictures for as long as I have and your camera develops a mind of its own. Who knows, maybe I'll feature you in my next article. You guys should take any publicity you can get. I don't think it works that way. We read the nasty article you recently wrote about us. You intend to make a mockery of us again. What can I say? You guys seem to be a hit with the readers. More importantly, it looks like you've managed to land yourselves neck deep in yet another juicy scoop. Maybe you'd be interested in helping out little old me with my next big story? I'll even take you out for a nice meal as thanks for the article for the other day. I treat you. No? What makes you think we'd share information about an ongoing investigation with a civilian? Alone someone working for the media. Oh, booey, don't sweat the details. And here I was thinking I'd treat everyone to some truly delicious Eastern cuisine. And offer you the critical piece of the puzzle for dessert? What? So that's what you were playing at, trying to reel us in with the old give and take. Bingo. Find yourselves getting peckish, I'll be at Longlow Tavern near the East Street exit. I'll head there first and drink all by my lonesome until you arrive. Oh, come to think of it, I haven't properly introduced myself, have I? I'm Grace Lynn, a reporter for the Crossbell Times. You can call me Miss Grace if you'd like. Grace Lynn, a reporter from the Crossbell Times. This whole offer of hers seems shady as hell, but damn if she didn't lay out some good bait. Might be worth seeing what her deal is. Yeah. Putting her bribery attempt aside for now, we should probably at least hear her out. We can't rely on headquarters to assist us, so we should take any help we can get for the investigation. Agreed. As a reporter, I imagine she's fairly well informed. But we best be careful what we say in front of her. I agree. She gave the impression she was ready to strike the moment you let your guard down. Ouch. Talk about a harsh assessment. You're not really wrong, though, Lloyd. Alright, well, let's go, let's not go bandage up Lloyd's wounds. Grace, you seem to have made a miscalculation. There are 5 of us. Yeah, I just thought like, you know, let her do her thing. We'll go take a nap. Like, Lloyd, like, he's got some sore muscles. He could use a bit of rest. I knew you'd come crawling to me. Don't be shy now. Have a seat. Like I promised, it's my treat, so get whatever you like. There's still 5 of us. Well, that's awfully kind of you. We'll have to respectfully decline the dinner. How about we stick to exchanging information? Oh, you're no fun. Are you trying to make a statement that you're impervious to bribes unlike the upper echelons of the CPD? What? I don't see the problem with it. If you're buying, I'll be happy to go to town on some free food. I would also accept, so long as you do not have any ulterior motives. It's probably okay. I don't see the harm in sharing a casual meal together. You too, Ellie? Looks like you're the only one worried about Big Bad Grace's shady dinner invite, Lloyd. How are you ever going to be a pro detective if you're not willing to bend the rules once in a while? Alright, I get it already. No alcohol. Thank you very much for the meal. How are we gonna turn this boring, Lloyd? I mean, I get not for Tio, she's a child, but like the rest of us... This is delectable. The chef here is highly skilled. This food is very satisfying. No, it's kind of hard to savor something this tasty without a good drink. Apparently not. He's got no good drinks. Come on, Lloyd, don't be such a hard ass. One sip ain't gonna kill me, you know? Absolutely not. You know we're still technically on duty, right? Perfect timing. We have to keep our wits about us at all times. Yeah, whatever. Our leader's as stubborn as a damn mule. I believe the problem is you are far too loose with the rules, Randy. I'm gonna have to agree with them. Drinking on the job is highly inappropriate. Oh, you guys are so entertaining. Personalities are wildly different, yet you fit together so perfectly. I think the 4 of you really make quite the team. I hope you know the flattery isn't going to get you anything. Anyway, back to the topic at hand. I told you everything we know about the incident in the downtown districts. Seem to recall you mentioning that you had the missing piece to the puzzle earlier. Isn't it about time you filled us in on it? And what if I told you that I don't want to? Suppose we would just have to never trust you again. Further, today would be the last time we would ever speak with you. Oh, calm down. I was just messing with you. But I gotta say, you are really cute when you bust out that serious face of yours. Maybe because it's such a charming contrast to your usual soft, friendly disposition. Okay, guys, how about we get back to work? Yes, that sounds fine by me. Thank you for the meal. Oh, don't be like that. I said I was kidding, didn't I? Want your puzzle pieces right? Fine, I'll tell you. I promise. Where do I begin? Okay, first things first. Are you familiar with a group named Rivash? Oh. That name. Huh? What's up with you two? Your jaws just dropped straight to the floor. Rivash & Co.? I believe there's a business in Crossbell registered under that name. Well, that's what they prevent themselves as, your average law-abiding citizens. The truth of the matter is that they're actually Crossbell's mafia. Been controlling our dark underworld for a long time. Mafia? So they're a criminal organization then? Makes sense. I've definitely heard rumors about there being a mafia in Crossbell. Guessing this news didn't come as a surprise to either of you, yeah? Yeah. It's pretty hard to be in the dark about them if you're Crossbellan. The organization has a vast network of connections which includes some very powerful people. Based on what I've heard, it's because of this that the police find it difficult to take any action against them. Huh, guess the underbelly of society is pretty much the same no matter where you go. So, what does Ravash have to do with this incident? More than you'd think. I've been hearing that Ravash's bigwigs have been very active recently, suspiciously so. It's hard to pin down exactly what they're up to, but they're definitely getting ready for something big. Noticing this, I decided to do a bit of investigating of my own on the side. So the Mafia's making a move? What could they possibly be up to? Whatever it is, it certainly sounds ominous. I have a terrible feeling about this. So that must be what brought you to the downtown district today, correct? What? Bingo, my friend. One of my sources let me know that about 2 weeks ago there were a few members of the Mafia snooping out the area. They were dressed inconspicuously as though they were trying to conceal their identities. Doesn't that smell awfully fishy to you? Yeah, definitely stinks. Reed, something feels out of place. It's unlikely that each gang would simultaneously and independently choose to attack one another. Third party orchestrating things from the shadows, however, would explain what happens. There's still something I do not understand. Why would a criminal organization want two delinquent groups to antagonize each other? Right, that's the million mirror question. It'd make sense if they already harbored a grudge against one another. Right? As far as I know, there haven't been... Yeah, seems that way. Haven't been any serious conflicts between them before now. Though all three of these groups might be on the violent side, the Mafia are professionals. Gangs are amateurs next to them. Since there's nothing Ravash stands to gain, I don't see a reason they'd interact with them at all. What if one of them formed an alliance with the Mafia to off their rival group once and for all? If that's what's going on, then it'd mean the attack on themselves was staged to throw off suspicion. I'm a bit doubtful they'd go quite that far. Yeah, I didn't get the impression that Wazy and Wald were on bad terms with each other. If anything, I felt like they had a sort of mutual respect for one another. Oh, that was quite the astute observation, Lloyd. Color me impressed. You're right. As far as I'm aware, Wald and Wazy view each other as good sparring partners. Originally, Wald's Saber Vipers were the only gang in the downtown district. However, that all changed 2 years ago. Wazy showed up out of nowhere and established the Testaments. We all know how Wald is, so he obviously went to go put Wazy in his place, but, Wazy took him down? 2 for 2. Wow, you're good. Despite his charming looks and small frame, Wazy's a skilled martial artist. I heard he managed to take Wald by surprise with his lightning-quick moves and pinned him to the ground. Wow. I was not expecting that. Dang, that cute little kid's really that strong. Guess you can't judge a book by its cover. No kidding. I know from experience that Wald is no pushover either. He might have underestimated Wazy that first time, but they fought a number of times since then and are basically evenly matched. I think they respect each other precisely because of that history they share. I see. So they're not just rivals, they see each other as equals. Suppose that rules out any likelihood that either of them formed an alliance with the Mafia to crush each other? Right. Their respective gangs are so loyal, I doubt this could have been a few subordinates acting out of line. This can really only mean one thing. I may have divulged a little more information than I should have. Well, how do you mean? Well, I've got some interviews to take care of, so I'll be off now. Kick some butt with your investigation. I'll be eagerly awaiting a good scoop once you're done. Doodles. She certainly has her own unique way of doing things, doesn't she? But it's thanks to her that we were able to get some valuable information. Yeah, knowing that the Mafia is likely involved with this mess is a huge leap forward in our investigation. Now the real question is, why did the Mafia get involved with this? It's going to be a tough one to figure out with the limited evidence we have right now. Do not recall seeing any relevant information in the police database either. Assuming it is there somewhere, it's likely locked behind multiple levels of authorization. So basically it's classified, huh? That seems likely, considering all the people the Mafia has in their pocket. Alright, let's head back to the SSS and see what Chief Sergei has to say about everything. As much as I'd love for us to solve the case, the situation is starting to become larger than what we can handle. Right. Yeah, let's head back. Hopefully the old man will actually be there this time. Maybe then you can get your drink, Randy. That's not the right room. Oh, you're back already. Managed to stop those delinquents? Well, about that. I think the situation might be a bit more complicated than expected. How so? Interesting. Chief? Alright. I'll leave everything concerning this case to you lot, then. Wait, what? What do you mean by that exactly? Whether you're willing to continue the investigation is entirely up to you. You won't be getting any info about Ravash out of me either. You'll have to dig for it on your own. How are we supposed to... If I told you to stop the investigation, would you follow orders? What? The Mafia being involved in this case already overcomplicates things. As your supervisor, the most logical step for me is to order you to close the case immediately. Now, is that what you want me to do? No. If we gave up now, it'd just leave a bad taste in my mouth. Randy's right, especially after learning as much as we have. I agree as well. Well, I suppose if you naive kids slipped up and got yourselves hurt on my watch, I'd have a hard time sleeping at night. So I'll do you a favor and introduce you to a trusted consultant of mine. Consultant? Is your consultant a bottle of whiskey? Grimwood Law Office? Something about that name rings a bell. It's located over on West Street. Run by a lawyer named Ian, big bearded guy. Oh, near the bakery, right? I remember talking to him a couple times when I lived in the area. I've heard of him too. Mr. Grimwood mainly provides legal consultants to corporations and other businesses, right? Though I believe he also offers his services to ordinary citizens too? That's right. Between his beard and his build, the guy almost looks like a bear, so people have taken to calling him Grizzly Grim. I'm sure he's got loads of info on the Mafia. Who knows, he might even have new intel that even the CPD doesn't know. Really? That is quite impressive. Just what kind of guy is this lawyer? You'll find out when you meet him. I've spoken with him previously about SSS-related matters. He'll at least hear you out if you tell him you're with the Special Support Section. Figure if nothing else, this will be a good opportunity for you to go introduce yourselves. Understood. Check in with him. West Street is just around the corner. Everyone okay with paying this law office a visit? Of course. Shall we head out? Well, Randy's shift just got a tiny bit longer. We should Bring Lloyd back from the brink of death. Wait, I have an exit to West Street, don't I? I do. Let's go. Brimwood Law Office. I believe this is the place. Yeah, I've seen its owner around the neighborhood before. I had no idea he was such a prestigious lawyer, though. Well then, Mr. Grimwood, I'm sure we'll speak again in the near future. Of course, I'll be here. Can't your division do anything more to solve this, though? You should think a little more about how this will impact the citizens. Earning favor with the populace is not my responsibility, if you'll excuse me. You four. Is something the matter? Ah, I see. So you're the pups that Sergei decided to adopt. Come again? Hold on, that badge. You work for the CPD too? Who I am isn't important to you. I imagine you're here to speak with Mr. Grimwood about something. Whatever it is, I hope you don't intend on wasting his time. Like you useless rookies, he's a busy man. Excuse me? What was his problem? He's like a detective from one of the investigative divisions. Appeared to be the arrogant type. Maybe, but I get the feeling Specs there can hold his own. Did you notice the weapon strapped under his left arm? Wait, he had a weapon? I didn't even see it. Impressive observation, Randy. Detected it with my sensors. Carried a large handgun, military grade, I believe. Yeah, sounds about right. Dang, guys. You two are amazing. Ha, it was nothing. I just managed to catch it out of the corner of my eye. More importantly, should we not head inside and greet the lawyer? Oh, right. I'm sure he's very busy, but we should still go ahead and introduce ourselves. Forgot something, detective? Looking forward to Cold Steel when the game just has English voice acting. Oh, pardon me. I mistook you all for someone else. Welcome to the Grimwood Law Office. How can I help you today? Oh, This game technically has Japanese voice acting. I don't know why I said technically. The game has Japanese voice acting, but I like to hear it in English. Yeah, I'm sure the voices are great, but like, if I'm reading it out in English, it's a little bit distracting if there's just Japanese flying by as I'm trying to speak. No need to hold back. If you have a question, ask away. You four look quite young. Have you gotten in trouble with loans? Perhaps you're looking to open a business together. Come now, ask me anything. No, sir, it's nothing like that. Yeah, definitely. This guy's got a lot of energy for an old man. This is the famous Grizzly Grin. See, the rumors are true. Hold on. Now that I've taken a closer look, I can't help but feel as if I've seen you somewhere before, young man. You're one of the kids that used to live in this neighborhood. Wow, you remember me? That's right, I lived in one of the apartment complexes here about 3 years ago. Allow me to properly introduce myself. My name is Lloyd Bannings. So you did live here, yes. That explains why you look so familiar. Burly Barry. Yeah, I think he'll be okay with that nickname. Wait. Bannings? Then could you be Guy Bannings' younger brother? Huh? Yeah, I am. You knew my brother then? More than just knew him, Never mind. I suppose you're here to discuss something important? Come on in. You can fill me in on the details once we take a seat. Oh, and where are my manners? I'm Ian Grimwood, lawyer and head of this law firm. I see. I was wondering when I would meet the special support section that Sergei told me he was putting together. Oh yes, now that I think about it, I read an article in the Crossbell Times about you. Certainly showed diligence and spunk right out of the gate, didn't you? Sounds like her first job might have been a little exaggerated. So, Guy's younger brother is a police officer now, too. My, how wonderful. I can only imagine this is Idios's will. Mr. Grimwood, can I ask what your relationship was with my brother? Well, the same one I expect you and I will now have. Guy used to drop by occasionally to share and exchange all sorts of information with me. As I'm sure you know, he was an incredibly talented detective. So I would wager he'd end up helping me far more than I was able to help him. Wait a moment. Lloyd, your older brother is a detective? Hell, man, why don't you tell us about him? Sorry guys, I guess it just never came up. Besides, Guy's no longer with us. You mean he was killed in the line of duty? About 3 years ago now. Oh. That explains why you left Crossbell. Happened to Guy truly was tragic. Believe it or not, I've conducted my own investigations into that particular incident. Sadly, any leads that may exist eluded me. That's so. Well, let's put that aside for now. That's not why we've come here today. Mr. Grimwood, we've explained our situation to you. Is there anything you can share with us pertaining to Ravash or its recent activities? Ravash, There's a name surrounded by nothing but sinister rumors. Illegal dealings with both the Empire and the Republic. Selling of stolen goods, mirror laundering, weapon trafficking, and even operating as a middleman for hiring Jaegers. I'd say it's more than likely they take advantage of Crossbell's unique situation to aid them in each and every one of their long list of crimes. What do you mean by unique situation? What he means is, while trade and commerce have grown exponentially over the past few years, Crossbell's political foundation is quickly deteriorating, right? Well put. Crossbellian politics are currently in an extremely fragile state. The majority of politicians choose to align themselves with either the Empire or Republic and are nothing more than greedy, power-hungry leeches. Even if some kind of legislation to crack down on Ravash was proposed, it would never pass. There are simply too many Diet members in their pockets. For real? Damn. Fortunately, he's correct. The number of Diet members tied to the Mafia is higher than I'd like to admit. It's likely the main reason the police can't touch them. The issue seems quite complicated. Or perhaps I am simply too young to understand. This guy hates Diets. He's got a nice heft to him. Does this mean Ravash can commit any crime they want with no repercussions? No, it hasn't gotten to that point yet. If the government were to turn a blind eye to any obvious crimes on their parts, I'm sure it would send Crossbellans and our surrounding nations into an uproar. Therefore, Ravash has been very careful to avoid directly interfering with the citizenry's daily lives. You can tell this is a Japanese game because I don't think that I've heard diet in reference to politics anywhere else. However, as long as they don't actually cross that line, the CPD won't lay a finger on it. I could be wrong, maybe it's a more common term, but I've only heard it with regards to Japan. I've overlooked so many of Ravash's smaller crimes that they can't see what they've all added up to. This can't be real. Reality ain't so pretty. Behind all this city's neon lights, there are demons lurking in the shadows. Well, the Diet Building is Japan's... I don't know exactly what the equivalent is, but it's like their main political building. I only wonder what sort of information is inside those highly classified documents. Anyway, that's essentially all I know about Ravash. However, I need to mention that the situation with the Mafia has taken a turn. Really? Could you explain? I hear that even the CPD has only just acquired this intel. Apparently, a new faction strong enough to oppose Ravash has recently surfaced. By all accounts, they are quite powerful indeed. New faction? Surely it's not the Bracer Guild, right? Was he about to say Ouroboros? Yeah, Diet Building in SMT Nocturne is exactly what I was thinking of. Did I play... I'm trying to remember, did I play Nocturne before or after Persona 5? I think I played Nocturne first, so I heard of the Diet Building then, and then... Obviously it had a bit of relevance in Persona 5 as well. No, this faction isn't a threat to Ravash just because they're looking to bring them to justice. They're a threat because they're in the same line of business. You guess Yakuza. Yeah, that would be... same thing. I googled Diet Building. Is that only Japan? Looks like it. See, there's a powerful organization that operates out of the Republic's eastern quarter. It's already managed to worm its way into Crossbell. I need to look at a map for this place again, because I do not remember. Wait, the Republic... Calvert is east of Crossbell. Eastern quarter. What? I'm certain of this. Yes, previous rumors on this organization turned out to be true, so I have no reason to be skeptical of this. Did say the eastern quarter, right? Well, I guess they've traveled a really long way. They're called a Heiyu. Recently, a new commercial unit registered under the name of Heiyu Trading opened for business in the Harbor District. Heiyu? Name certainly seems to be of Eastern origins. Things go south, it'd mean a war between two organized crime groups. The petty fights we've seen between the street gangs would be nothing compared to that. You are absolutely right. At the very least, there haven't been overt signs of a dispute between the two groups just yet. However, I wouldn't be surprised if they began battling each other outside the public eye. First Division seems to be keeping a close eye on the whole thing. Don't say? So, the man with the glasses who left right when we arrived was... Yes, that was Detective Dudley from the First Division. Coincidentally, he was asking me questions on the same topic. Coincidence indeed. Lloyd? Went quiet all of a sudden. Let me guess, you noticed something? Yeah, I need some time to sort it all out in my head, though. Thank you very much, Mr. Grimwood. Without your help, we wouldn't have been able to find the lead we needed to move forward, with our investigation. I'm just glad I could be of assistance. Sergei's always been a tremendous help to me, so personally, I'll be praying for your success. If you ever run into any problems, you're welcome to stop by here anytime. So, what's the next course of action? Should we go back to the SSS building and sort through all the information we've gathered? Good idea. But before we do that, now's the time to wrap up any unfinished business we still have to take care of. Mention about the truth of these incidents is correct. Well, let's just say we're in for a bumpy ride. Well, we'll just have to buckle up then, won't we? Anyhow, let's head back to base once we crossed everything off our to-do list. Sound good? Yes, it does. Let us make haste. Yeah, we never got to turn that one in. That wasn't the exit that I meant to hit, but close enough. I wanted to hit the terminal. What the hell? What's that? A message, maybe? There's a note stuck to the bulletin board. Got some errands to run. Wrap up the case however you see fit, Sergei. Oh, I guess he stepped out. Who wants to bet that he ran in the way because the case seemed like a pain in the ass? Cannot rule out that possibility. Well, at the very least, we've been given permission to solve the case however we like. So with that in mind, what's our next step? Should we review what we know? Yeah, definitely. Expect the exclamation at the table. Just that. We've been promoted! Let's go! Detective 14th class! Yeah! This is a bravery badge. Strength +5 and prevents seal. Those are two... No, seal is... Seal is the one that prevents crafts? I want to say that's that, right? Seal is physical. Okay, it's a stupid name. Seal should be magical. Mute is arts. Seal and mute should be the same status. It should be one or the other. Makes no goddamn sense. But what can I do? Yeah, I forget. Did I ever? Right, Ellie got mine 1. Yeah, it's not the most inherently obvious. Alright. I've already forgotten what this lady's name is. Let's get Lloyd. Because it really doesn't matter what direction we go. Get one of those. Let's get 2 of those. You that. An upgrade. No, I don't have any red left. You got Crest and Stone Spike as well. Oh, you had that too. Oh, it's only you that only has 1 spell. Okay. All right, let's go start a meeting at this table. Start the meeting. Let's get this meeting started then. First off, we should review all our info that's relevant to the case. First off, we should all sit down at the table, instead of you talking from the living room. The incident took place around midnight, 5 days ago. Members of both the Saber Vipers and Testaments were each ambushed by unknown assailants. However, the attacks occurred at 2 different locations in the city's downtown district. Here and here. Testament's member was attacked in the alleyway to the west. And the Saber Viper got messed up in front of Ignis, which is towards the east. In other words, the attacks happened at opposite ends of the area. High-tech maps. Look, you make do with what you got. Exactly. By spacing them this far apart, it prevented each group from immediately learning about the attack on the other. So consequently, each group came to the conclusion that they were attacked by the other, which is what we confirmed today. Yeah, the only answer that makes sense is that there was a third party involved. Unless both groups rehearsed their own accounts, chances of either group being responsible for attacking the other are pretty slim. Agreed. Based on the evidence so far, it's safe to assume the attacks were the work of some third party. All we can do now is consider all the possibilities and rule out the ones that don't seem feasible. We already have an idea who that third party might be. Isn't that right, Lloyd? Yeah. They're the ones in control of Crossbell's criminal underbelly. Wow, that was hard to say for some reason. The notorious Mafia, Ravash & Co. According to the intel Grace shared with us, someone spotted mafiosos snooping around the downtown district a couple weeks ago. Unfortunately, we don't have the time to verify the credibility of that. But for now, let's continue the review with the assumption that Ravash was responsible for both attacks. Well, that just brings us to the next question. What was their motive? Exactly. Figuring out the answer to that is crucial. If we can't figure out their motive, we're all the way back to square one. Motive, huh? There's hardly any conflict of interest between the Mafia and the 2 gangs. There must be some line that connects those 3 dots together. I imagine you already have some idea of what that is, don't you, Lloyd? Well, I can't say with absolute certainty, of course, but I think there's at least one thing that might connect these 3 factors. I assume it's this. The only realistic possibility that comes to mind is Heiyu. Oh right, our grizzly friend mentioned them, didn't he? That definitely feels like the most likely possibility for now. In that case, though, what about Heiyu connects these three? In order for them to be connected, there must be some necessity. For example, was it this connection with Heiyu that made the attacks against the two gangs unavoidable? Yeah, that would explain everything. Oh? What you thinking? Well, about that necessity Tio mentions. What do you think Ravash would do if they found out Heiyu was trying to establish a foothold in Crossbell? Well, I imagine they'd want to build up their forces pronto. Recruit more people and upgrade their weaponry, you know? Ravash should have no problems getting new weapons given their known smuggling operations. How do they go about recruiting people? Good question. Normally you'd hire Jaegers. That's unlikely in Crossbell's case, given the scrutiny the neighboring countries put on us. So long as the non-aggression pact stands, Ereboni and Calvard would never overlook unauthorized Jaegers entering the state. Two diet factions representing them would likely react the exact same way too. Oh, that's it. Lloyd, could the Mafia be recruiting the gang members? Hot-blooded and more or less disciplined. Can't think of a more perfect pool of candidates to beef up the Mafia's presence in the city. There are certain individuals in each gang preventing that, aren't there? Right. I could never see Wazy cooperating with the Mafia. I doubt Wald would bow down to any kind of authority, even Ravash. He's not the type of person who would allow others to boss him around. So, Ravash realizes this and plots to weaken the two gangs, intending to swoop in later and bag the remaining members. Hell, that must be it. Remember, this is still nothing more than a theory. All we've done is bring together the facts and try to make sense of them. Oh, look at you being all modest. I think your analysis of the situation isn't too far off from the truth, Lloyd. Reasoning was sound and logical. Clearly, your detective certifications were well earned. Thanks, guys. I appreciate it. So, everyone, our next move should be to explain our theory to those two, don't you think? Those two? Hey, you don't mean... I sure do. Walled Whales and Wazy Hemisphere. Why those last names? Leaders of the Saber Vipers and the Testaments. Oh, when I saw the Trails from Zero marker on screen, I thought we were, getting a new chapter. Station Street, near where the construction materials are stored. Asking me to come here alone in the middle of the damn night? What do these police brats think they're dealing with? Is that... last train bound for Calvard? Yes, I believe it was. Wheezy. Good evening, Wald. What a beautiful night to bathe in the mystical moonlight, wouldn't you agree? Oh, this is rich. You pretended to be one of those CPD pipsqueaks to catch me off guard. I just think you're so damn clever. Fine, bring it on, pretty boy. You're looking for a fight, I'm more than happy to give you one. Let's end this. You know I'm always up for a bit of late-night wrestling. Alas, I am but a mere guest at this rendezvous. The hell does that mean? You'll see soon. They just arrived. It's you punks. Sorry to keep you waiting, guys. Oh no, it's a pleasure to be here. So what's this fun anecdote you promised to share with us? Well, I don't know if fun is the right word exactly. I'm sure you'll both find it interesting at least. Hold the phone. Anecdotes. Fun. What the hell are you two going on about? Yeah, anecdotes is much too big a word for Wald to understand. Oh, Wald, you're such a simpleton. What did you... Surely you remember the incidents that occurred 5 nights ago? You're here to tell us who they believe the culprit was, obviously. The culprit? What do you mean? Impressive deduction, Lazy. Assume you already had your own suspicions? Well, at first I wondered if one of my members had perhaps acted out of line. But as I started to sort things out, I realized that something was off about the whole situation. That goes for the Saber Viper's side, too. Sadly, that's as far as my deductions could take me. See, that'll make things easier to explain at least. Wald Wales, I know there are still gaps in our theory. Still, would you listen to what we found so far? Fine. Keep it short. Waste a minute of my time and I'll bash that baby face of yours in. Okay, we don't need to get personal. That's what we've come to with the information on hand. I'd like to hear each of your thoughts on it. My, how unexpected. Think that we played right into the Mafia's hands. Does that mean you agree with Lloyd's theory? But of course, after all, Ravash sent some of their agents to visit us already. They asked us to work for them, promising us the moon and the stars for our service. Needless to say, I immediately turned them down and sent them on our way. Huh, interesting. That settles things with one of them. So, Wald, I assume the Mafia paid you a social call as well. Yeah, about a month ago. They were acting all high and mighty, so I decided to show them what real strength looked like. Sent him packing real fast. Can't believe they actually had the balls to pull a fast one on me like this. Wazy, I'm postponing our duel. Wald only understands Smash. Alright, important question. Who do you think he would main in Smash? Do you think he'd be like a Ganondorf main? Or would he be something freaky like a Sheik main? Just something completely unexpected. First, I gotta warm up by crushing the smug mugs of those monsters. I mean, Falcon's pretty close in... He's relatively high tier in melee. Wait, you can't. Such a short temper. Calm down, Wald. Acting recklessly will just lead to... The last time was merely jest, but you really are a simpleton. Actually, no, he probably plays Ike. Wald definitely mains Ike. Say that again. You know perfectly well you don't stand a chance against the Mafia on your own. Just imagine it, the leader of the Saber Vipers, Wald Wales, waltzing into the Mafia sites like a pig to the slaughter. You won't stand a chance. Yeah, but you think Wald is processing that? Wald's big, he's got a stick. Ike's big, he's got a big sword. Match made in heaven. Shut it. We don't know what'll happen till we try. Maybe you could survive. What about your poor little vipers? Can they catch bullets with their teeth? What do you propose we do then, you bony wise ass? You really expect me to just sit here and swallow the shame of having our men hurt like that, huh? Of course I don't. I believe that only a small part of the Mafia was actually involved in this little scheme. As such, there's no need to take the whole organization on, just the handful of them who have it coming. And I know just the way to get our revenge and ensure they never show their faces on the downtown district ever again. I require your help, though, Wald. He could also be... I could also see DDD. You need my help. Actually, DDD's a really good fit, now that I think about it. Hold on, you two. What are you planning? If you do anything to break the law... Oh, relax. If anything illegal happens, you'll be right there to stop it. After all, you're helping too. Doing what now? Isn't it your responsibility to resolve the conflict brewing in the downtown district? I claim that makes it your obligation to gently persuade the Mafia into leaving all of us down there alone. For good. Do correct me if I'm wrong, Lloyd. Well, what exactly is Wazy talking about? I do not quite understand either. Looks to me like he's about to sink his fangs into poor Lloyd. Remember, it was you who bothered to call us out here to share your grand theory. Is it only natural to see this case through? Three days passed. Confrontation between the rival gangs died down, fortunately. Downtown district was enveloped in an atmosphere so tranquil it bordered on eerie. Then... Ravash and Co. That's the OST. I think the game's trying to subtly hint at something with that. Huh, it's way too quiet around here. Went through all that effort and those dumbasses still haven't torn each other apart. Don't you worry, those guys are doused in gasoline at this point. One small spark and everything will be up in flames. Those morons won't even know it hit them. Whose mugs will never expect this? All we gotta do is find another underling or two and beat the crap out of them. Blue or red? Don't matter. As soon as you see one, kick his ass. For your own sake, you better not get caught. Use a slingshot for a saber viper and just bash one of those Testament guys from behind. Got it. Let the hunt begin, boys. That's Lloyd, isn't it? Ugh. One tiny blue bunny down. Ha! What a dumbass. Fell right into our trap. We don't got time to waste. Rough him up, boys. Just be sure you don't kill him. It's just business. No hard feelings, okay? Think again. What? What the hell? Man, I'm honestly a little shocked. I really didn't think you'd fall into our trap so easily. Who the hell is this guy? To tell you the truth, I'd be fine with cuffing you and taking you down to the precinct already. But I'm not sure the Force will find just this one sting operation sufficient evidence to hold you, so I'll have to let you go this time. Oh crap, don't tell me this guy's with... He's a cop? Not to worry, boys, he's just a special helper. Dude, are you serious? How the hell did they fall for this? Its prediction was impeccable. Are you alright, Lloyd? Yeah, I'm fine. Putting that shock-absorbing pad under my hood was definitely a good call, though. Damn it. You were onto us since when? Well then, gentlemen, that raises the question. What will be your next move? Surrender peacefully now, and I may be merciful towards your misdeeds. Or if you'd prefer, we can do the hunting this time. That may prove entertaining. Damn. Quick, split up. Hey, hold on. Two of you, come with me. Lazy? Hey, hold on a second. Crap. What should we do, Lloyd? Ellie, sure. Come with me, Ellie. Randy, Tio, I'll leave the other group to you. Understood. Got it. Damn it, I can't believe those little brats from the police are involved. I need to contact headquarters and request backup. Hold on. If the boss finds out we screwed up, he'll... Damn. Fine, then we should at least... Where do you punk asses think you're going? What? When they get here? Checkmate. Yeah, that was easy enough. The ball's in Lloyd and Ellie's courts now. Damn, those morons. Don't got much choice now. We'll have to go from the back. Valiant effort, but no dice. Where did you come from? Jump for it. Got nowhere else to run now. Phew, that was quite the wild goose chase, wasn't it? Ugh. Sorry to disappoint, but our fun little game of cops and robbers has come to an end. Surely you've realized your best option is to surrender, no? Look at you cocky little brats. You think you're so damn smart? Well, we're about to show you what happens when you force professionals to get serious. Better hope you live to regret it. Seems like they want to fight after all. Well, I, for one, am happy to oblige. I can continue to count on your support, right, Lloyd? Funnily enough, I almost said the same thing. Let's do this. Coming. This is Wazy, Wazy, I don't know. Turn lowered stats, heal, decelerates time, that's slow, and grants fire. I have no idea what your stats are. So instead, we're going to buff Lloyd, who has no CP right now. Act 1 speed minus 50. You got nothing else. That's one. Team rush? Yes, please. Wazy. Yes, we are one of those Z countries. You mean the rest of the world? Still like a solid 60% chance I'll say Wazy just because I forgot, but alright, Wazy. Lloyd learned Stun Break. We got a lot of stuff. Ugh. Damned kids. You think he calls him both? Like in the Japanese dub, or is he in the future games as well? I say Japanese dub, that's not the right term to describe it. In the Japanese voice acting. Phew, I knew there weren't going to be pushovers, but that was tough. One appears to be using a military-grade firearm, too. Newest model manufactured in Arabonia, if I'm not mistaken. I'm sure that's just one of the many kinds of weapons their group smuggles. By the way, Lloyd, I must say, you played your part as bait to perfection. Dramatic confrontation and fall, it looked so real. Had me on the edge of my seat. Well, your plan didn't give me much of a choice, did it? Wasn't about to let anyone else put themselves in harm's way. And so you volunteered to take the role of bait for yourself. I was worried sick, you know. Sorry, Ellie. The soft-hearted nature of yours is sure to cause problems in the future. Gotcha. Although I don't necessarily find that part of you to be a turn-off. Huh? Anyway, I was able to exact my revenge, and it was all thanks to your help. Cooperation has been much appreciated. Cocky little. Where do you get off acting like you've won? Now you've done it, you sons of bitches. From this day on, you've made an enemy of Ravash. Damned rookies will rue the day. All the Diet members are on our payroll. Don't think you'll be able to get away scot-free. Is that what you think? What? Looks like you haven't taken your lesson to heart yet. New plan. I'm gonna hang you dumbasses upside down like a bunch of punching bags and beat the absolute piss out of you. Please. Wait, Wald, that's going too far. Not to worry. You can leave the rest to us. Wald, try not to get too carried away, okay? These guys are professionals, after all. Could bite back even stronger next time if you mess with them too much. Ugh, whatever. How about this, boys? Why don't we keep this friendly little spat to ourselves? I doubt pros like yourselves would want your bosses to find out you got your asses handed to you by a bunch of brats like us. Such a pathetic report wouldn't go over well now, would it? You bent asshole. You'd be too arg under if we were taking you seriously. My, I'm no lawyer, but if you ask me, it's probably in your best interest to bow out now. Grace, what are you doing here? I've been keeping my eyes peeled for my favorite new rookies these past few days. And much to my expectations, what an absolute feast of information you've given me. Oh boy, I'm dying to write up a riveting tale in my next article about this unlikely operation. Why, you're just some bitch from the local rag? Think you can take Ravash on, huh? Well, circumstances are more complicated than I care for, so I won't reveal your names. However, if you bad boys are caught pulling another stunt like this, I can't make any promises. Ugh. Fine, whatever. We'll be going now. If you don't keep your word, lady. Yeah, standard issue threat. I got it. To be fair, though, you're the ones that should be worrying about keeping your promises. Wouldn't want to be in hot water, would we? Crossed the line again, and a little birdie told me you might find the bracers on your tails. What? Bracers? Just a little FYI. Arios was strongly considering taking over the case. Naturally, being as in demand as he is, he was totally up to his neck in requests. He figured he'd leave it in your guys' hands this time. Is that true? He's keeping tabs on us, eh? That appears to be the case. Oh, hell no. As if we'd ever be moronic enough to make an enemy of Arios McLean. There's no point in staying in this dump any longer. We're out of here. Oh boy, Arios McLean, the divine blade of wind. I've heard my fair share about his exploits, but I didn't think the name alone would be enough to send the Mafia packing. To hell with this shit. Screw it, show's over, boys. Get your asses moving. We're leaving. Yeah. I must say, I couldn't have done it without your help. So I'm assuming this means mission accomplished for you? Yeah, I suppose so. Oh, I guess our original mission was only to stop that one fight between your gangs a few days ago. Anyway, we shouldn't have a reason to go to war with Wald anymore, right? What are you going on about now? What? Whether the Mafia's involved or not, it's not like our relations with the Saber Vipers are going to change overnight. Still going to view each other as a blight on our territory. That won't change. Sure, there probably won't be another large conflict between us for a while. But our regular scuffles are bound to continue, no doubt about it. Hold on now. If you don't want our future fights to get out of hand, you're more than welcome to stop by and intervene when the time comes. Perhaps you could even join in on our amicable little disputes. I'd welcome you with loving arms. Don't get the impression that he's joking in the slightest. Well then, I wish you sweet dreams, everyone. Let us return, Abbess. Our crusade is ended. Let us withdraw. Yes, sir. An incorrigible group of men. Meh, leave them be. They're just a bunch of hot-headed dudes raring for a fight. Nothing you can really do about it. For once, you might be right. More importantly, we've successfully resolved our mission. The biggest LARPers. Isn't that right, Lloyd? Yeah, for sure. Just doesn't feel very satisfying for some reason. Still not good enough. We had to rely on someone else to finish the job yet again. How was that? Did I nail it? Well... what useless petty pride. There's nothing wrong with accepting a little help in times like this. How else are you going to uncover the full truth? Only once you've understood this can you truly call yourself a detective. Just like your brother. Huh? Well, I think it's time for me to head on home now. Gotta go exfoliate. You'd be surprised how much I work to keep my skin this flawless. Anyway, nighty-night. Man, your brother was pretty famous, huh, Lloyd? Judging from what I've heard, it sounds like he was an extremely talented individual. Huh. When he was on the job, there weren't a lot of people that could outrank him when it came to proactiveness and persistence. At any rate, our mission is accomplished. Let's return to the SSS building and give Chief Sergei a report. I think I get the picture. I guess you guys did pretty okay for a bunch of rookies, huh? Pulled what little experience each of you have and found a way through. Thank you, sir. It is a compliment, right? Anyway, I'm sure you caught a glimpse of it during this case. The thorny, problematic side of Crossbell. Well... yeah, it's definitely going to be a pain in the ass. Crossbell's seedy underbelly. Complicated hotbed of corruption hidden just below the surface. It's true. Let me remind you guys that the people over at CPD headquarters are anything but incompetent. Sure, some idiots decide to trade away their dignity for bribes. Most of our detectives are pretty damn capable. They've got morals and a sense of justice. However, they're often stopped by certain barriers. Politicians and public officials who've sold their honor to the Mafia, for example. So, how about it, Lloyd? You ready to turn in your badge and become a bracer? No, sir. These barriers are the reason the Special Support Section was established, right? Oh? Protect civilians above all else? The Bracers Code is admirable, but it has its own limitations. Some problems can't be solved by that alone. Smuggling and illegal arms dealing, the sale of stolen goods and mirror laundering, collusion between the Mafia and government officials. These are all problems that lie outside the Bracers' jurisdiction. He's got a point. So even the power of the supporting gauntlet has its limitations. However, as police officers, we have the power to right these wrongs. Countless barriers may stand in our way. The possibility of getting over them isn't zero. He said it. Isn't zero. Let's go. He's right. We as the SSS can create opportunities others can't for true change in Crossbell. That's what you're trying to say, isn't it? Yeah, but hopefully I'm not being too optimistic. I do think that reality is not as simple as you make it out to be. However, I agree that the possibility is never zero. Take a look at this guy, would you? Dealing with the head of a delinquent group, volunteering his bait to lure out the mafia. Here I had you pegged as the serious type, but it turns out you're as hot-blooded as they come. I'm not really sure if hot-blooded is the right term, Randy. Still, working with all of you on that last case helped me realize this. While it's true that we're still inexperienced, as long as we stick together, no matter how high they may be, there isn't a single barrier we can't overcome. Lloyd? Huh. Well, how about that? Perhaps the cheesiest speech yet. You don't have to laugh that hard, Chief. You think I have my head in the cloud, don't you? Is that something we're going to be hearing a lot about? I think you're fine the way you are. Well, it's true that the SSS was created under some complicated circumstances. It's your guys' job to decide where we go from here. Use this division however you see fit. Chief, I might not be able to give you much direct assistance with your missions. But if you end up pulling some crazy stunt and tick off HQ, I can at least toss you a bone and cover for you guys. We appreciate it, Chief. See, you prefer a laissez-faire approach. Yeah. That's fine. Sheesh, being understanding is one thing, but this is getting closer to carelessness, Chief. Perhaps laziness is more apt. It's one of the perks of being a no-good adult. The SSS remain a pale imitation of the Bracer Guild, or will it become something new, something that creates new possibilities for this city? I, for one, am going to kick back with a cigarette and watch the fireworks. Prologue end. We got 3 bonus DP. I don't know if that's good or if I missed like 15 more. It's only been about like 6.5, I think. What's my time? 6:08. That's not so bad. I think FC's prologue was about the same, wasn't it? It's like the prologue is everything in Roland. Yeah, so you learn about, like, you meet, what's her name, Josette. And are promptly betrayed by Josette, all in the prologue, yeah. I mean, still definitely a girthy prologue, but... They say prologue, it's more like chapter 0.5. My voice is tired as hell from the last 3 hours. I think this is a very good place to call it. And I wish the games didn't pause when you tabbed out of them. That was something that bothered me about Sky. Unfortunately, it seems to still be the case in Zero. Yeah, thanks for hanging out. What day is it? It's Monday. It is Monday, right? Hold on. It is Monday. I'm gonna try and be back either tomorrow night or Tuesday night. I'm not sure what, or either tomorrow night or Wednesday night. I'm not sure which. I'm supposed to be. My nephews are supposed to come over one day. I just don't exactly know which one is which. It may change later on. That'd be nice. All of them from Sky 1 to Cold Steel 2 were on PSP. But weren't they PC games originally? It's like this. Am I completely misremembering that? 2004 is 2004 when the PSP existed? Yeah, Windows June 2004. And then after that for the PSP. All right. Well, I'm going to get out of here. Thanks again for hanging out. And yeah, I'll figure out whether I'm able to stream tomorrow or Wednesday. Continue more of this. Have a good night. Adios.